Welcome, Go enthusiasts. This morning I was going through my email, and voila, an email from the American Go Association, the e-journal. Highly recommended to get in touch with your local Go tournaments, local Go events. This guy is Chris Garlock. He runs this. Thank goodness for him. And this in this article, look at this, a new 36 Strategems book by Dai Junfu, the #1 player in France. Tactics and Strategies in the Name of Go. This was our, we'll talk more about this book later. Some other books and some events. There's an event in New York. These are the US Go Congress staff. Thank you all. Thanks to them all. So back to the book. This is a book. It is now in French and German. I'm sure it is in English as well. Just look at the Amazon description. That many of these ideas can be found in the game of Go. Dai Junfu chooses board positions from his games against top European players as well as top professional games from Asia and Europe. The 36 Stratagems was published as a series in the European Go Journal, was highly appreciated by its readers, many of whom consider it their favorite chapter. Interesting. As you guys know, we also credit this book for formulating the Go personality that we are. And so the word of the day is... No one guessed it. The word of the day is Bildungsroman. Bildungsroman, a novel dealing with a person's formative years or spiritual education or maturity. Yes. SAT word, yes. You guys, if you guys are in high school or middle school, this will be very handy to impress your English teachers in the future. Bildungsroman, yes. And so our Bildungsroman book for Go is the 36 Stratagems applied to Go. Translated by Roy Schmidt. I believe I met this guy in Europe at the European Go Congress. Very nice guy. He said, yes, Michael, you should write your ideas into a book. And I did lots of translations. This is great. And anyways, back to the book. This was the Bildungsroman book for us, for yours truly. And apparently this is also one of the favorite chapters of the European Go Journal, so this is good. This is a PDF of the book. I do have the book in print, so right. The new version of the book written by Dai Junfu here does not have the same text, does not have the same games, but it has the same. It probably has the same chapters. And I did say before that this book is one of the rare Go books, where the ideas and the words behind the words are actually more helpful than the actual games themselves. Although the actual games are quite good as well. Anyways, so this is very good strategy stuff. If you guys are looking for strategic thinking, for everything, this book is very good. Now, as all things, as with all knowledge, including our lectures and everything, use the knowledge for good and evil. You can pick yourself, and knowledge is knowledge. Knowledge is agnostic. Whether you apply it for good or evil is totally up to you. And we've really decided to go down this relatively darker path. So we definitely use our strategies for for winning on the Go board. Okay, and all right. So today, the SGFs for this book are out, so we have those. But we don't have the text for the book because we have not bought the book yet. If you would like to see us browse through the book itself, send us a like on YouTube. If you guys are watching on YouTube, watch and leave a comment, hit the subscriber button, and we'll if we get rich from streaming, we'll buy books like this. Okay, great. Okay, I have several of these now. Let's take a look at the first set. Now this is already a translated version, so as you guys know, with anything that's translated, there's a lot of things that are lost in translation, and if you want to make up for all the losses in translation, you're gonna have to write a longer text, which is what we see here, more or less. All these strategies are 4 syllables, and all these English words, although they are still relatively short, they're longer than 4 syllables usually. But these were quite good. Translator's note. So this is from an English translated version of the original book, and right now we're checking out the games of the new book without checking out the text for the new book. Right, so without further ado, let's. I did plan to go through the top 6 today. So just a little bit of a brief overview of what these strategies are, and then we'll take a look at the games, and you guys decide whether to apply the knowledge for good or for evil. Again, I am not biased either way, but. I'm not intentionally biased in any way, but I will be biased in a certain particular way. You guys will see. All right. Strategy number 1 is called Crossing the Sea by Treachery in English. In Chinese, it is called 瞒天过海, also known as basically you're trying to cross the ocean while hiding yourself from the sky. Sounds impossible. The sky sees everything, right? So it's like you're under the sky all the time. And so what this strategy is really saying is you want to hide your intentions in broad daylight. And it's perfect for the Go board because both players see the same board, the same stones and everything, but the players do not see into each other's minds. And so that's a very, very good thing to start with. So, mask your true intentions and then try to get the enemy after hide your intentions until it becomes clear. And the specific example was if you see something that's very big, like a group that's gonna be captured, you hide, but it's not ready yet, so you make yourself ready while your opponent doesn't realize, and then you capture the group, and it's like voila, it's all over. I had something like this done to me at the Go Congress. Great. Second strategy is besiege Wei to rescue Zhao. In Chinese, this is called 围魏救赵, which is exactly what it translates to. These are 2 states or countries, and this Zhao is also close to my heart because my wife's last name is Zhao, exactly the same character as the country. So okay. The main idea behind this is you threaten the opponent so that he saves himself and then that would allow you to save or to protect or to strengthen your other group, your Zhao. So if someone is trying to hit trying to do something to my wife, I would punch him, and then he protects himself, and then my wife is safe. So that's how I take this strategy. Okay, so very makes sense. So in applied to Go, this is usually you are attacking an opponent's group in the process of strengthening one of your own groups or two of your own groups. Okay. So far, this is relatively okay. The word treachery might steer you towards one direction over the other, good versus evil, but relatively it's also kind of okay, right? The third one, murder with a borrowed knife. This one is a little bit harder to spin to the good side. It's a bit harder to spin, but I'm sure you can find an application for good in this regard. You can find applications for good in almost anything. Okay. Okay. So this means in Chinese, the four characters are called 借刀杀人. Borrow a knife and kill someone with it. Doesn't have to be some person. Applied to the Go board, this would be use your opponent's momentum against him. Probably use your opponent's moves against him. Like his move is maybe he's chasing your group somewhere, and then your group goes to that location, and then your group counter captures one of your opponent's groups, or your group or like this is his moyo and he chases your group, and then you're like, oh yeah, I might as well run into your moyo and live and destroy all of your territory. So that could be one. And that could be a very good application. Of course, most common, this is probably refers to like your opponent's is attacking you, and then when he commits to attacking you, you capture him instead. Something like that. Or you're attacking one group and then you build up strengths and then you capture another group. Something like that. All right. The fourth is let the enemy make the first move. In Chinese, this is called 以逸待劳. This a lot is lost in this translation. Basically, what this refers to is you stay put, let your enemy come to you, and then he's tired, so it's easier to beat him when he's tired and where you are on your home turf or where you already are. So let the enemy get tired, and then he comes to you, and then you're good. So applying this to Go, usually this means if you have thickness, you don't have to do too much. You can just allow a relatively stronger board position to just slowly turn the game into your favor, and then at the end, later on, your opponent is gonna find that he has to protect left, he has to protect the right, and you don't have to protect anything because you're relatively strong already. So it feels like your opponent is like dancing all over the place while you're like staying put. And then this one, okay. Number 5, loot a burning house. Again, hard to spin this one to the good side. You guys can see how using this book as a Bildungsroman for your Go personality, you can imagine what this does to your Go personality. For me, loot a burning house, hard to spin this in the positive light, but let's just accept the evil, huh? In Chinese, this is called 趁火打劫. It's exactly what it means. The house is on fire, so you go in and you take valuable possessions from the house and keep it for yourself. And your opponent, or the opponent, is too preoccupied with a big problem, so he lets you pass on all the smaller problems that you demand. So apply this in Go. Usually, if there's a super weak group, your opponent is very, very concerned about making that group safe. And then you say, give me your territory. He says, okay, as long as, I can save my group. You say, give me those 4 stones. He says, okay, as long as I save my group. So this is what he means, which is, wide applications in Go. Number 6, feint to the east and attack to the west. This one is another example of, in Chinese this is called 声东击西, so which means you make noise on the east and you actually attack to the west. It's a classic case where the translation is like very to the point and very, very good, but it has to be a little bit longer in order to capture all the meaning. Alright, these are quite good, and these are strategies for winning. Just to a brief note before we dive into the games. Again, not intentionally biased to one side. Stratagems when you are winning or when you have a good position, and you see what the strategies are. It's like murder, borrow the knife, treachery, loot, burning house. You see the words, and these are for positions when you're actually winning. And then you see how this does to your Go personality, huh? I think the translations made it slightly more evil than it needs to be, but we love it. We love it. Alright, so let's go ahead and go into it. It was originally published in the European Go Journal. Very, very good. I saw one as well, so quite good. Alright, so, whoa, what happened here? I see. Great. This is the first game, and let's see what Dai Junfu meant by his strategies. Remember, this is crossing the ocean while hiding yourself from the sky or the satellites. Very applicable to the modern day, Okay. By the way, a little more on Dai Junfu. He played in the European Championships this year, and you can tell how strong someone is by how big of an upset it is when he loses. So it was a huge upset when he lost in the European Championships, and so you can tell how good he is by this. I believe before he came to France, he served as a coach or player for many of the professionals in China back then. Rumors had it that he was a coach for Fan Tingyu. Don't quote me on that, but he was coach to some very, very strong players, and he certainly trained and played with many of these. And he definitely knows how to make a start for Europe. Dai he's playing black against the one of the most famous players in Europe, and players and teachers, Fan Hui. Very, very famous. He clearly this was a good idea. Fan Hui is a Chinese 2-dan professional. He played AlphaGo. He was the first one. Basically, Ajia Huang, he found the strongest player he knew, who was Fan Hui, and told him to play AlphaGo. And then, you guys know the story, and it was great. So let's see how he applied the strategy in this game. I hope it's clear enough where even we can tell. So these two guys are at it. Wow, what a move, what an attachment. Interesting, very interesting. Usually we think of like this move, this move. Now we're pretty strong here, and if we want to attack, we usually we leave one space, right? If we want to just defend, we play inside. But at this point, if black Ataris, white probably Tanukis. So we can't really get all those Ataris. We can get a block, but white will not have to connect here. White can Atari here, and it's also losing a lot of value ahead of time. But allowing this Aji to exist and then attaching, this is very nice. This is not a strategy, but this is very, very imaginative. Wholly, very, very nice, scintillating move. Right now, this is a very I can imagine this happening, but that would be kind of boring. So he plays here and then here. White connects. Okay, so far so good. Again, we're really looking for the the strategy. Crossing the sea by treachery, or crossing the sea and hiding yourself from the sky. Okay. Let's see. Extend. I see what the problem is. If you Atari, you can capture 2 stones, but white can capture these 3 stones. That's why he plays here. I guess the idea is here, and then with 4 liberties, maybe black has something strong over here on the upper side. Anyway, that's good. So Fan Hui plays here, threatens the 3 stones, so black captures and white connects. Very, very interesting. A very inside-outside exchange because of how wide black is over here with the right-hand side corner. Seems pretty good for black overall. Certainly very interesting for black overall. Okay, so Fan Hui, he gives up 1 stone in order to escape. And here black takes care of the middle stones while attacking white. This is very, very perfect. And here black plays this Atari, and then this Atari. This is getting a lot of territory, which is a form of cashing in on the attack, which is quite good. Makes perfect sense. This move, is that really necessary? Is this move necessary? Is this connect necessary? So normally we would have played here. The only problem is there's some weaknesses in the middle, but why didn't black play here, right? Only problem may have been, white connects in Sente, that kind of stuff. Okay, black connects, and okay, so very normal. Aha! This move, I think I see what the strategy is, and this is now a ko. Perfect. And it's a ko that white cannot absolve in one move. So black can just happily play until black has more ko threats, and then play that C1 Atari. And then okay, so here he goes. Plays the C1 Atari, plays these moves, and okay, and then at the end black just captures, white captures here, black plays here, captures 7 stones on the top. Very good. Okay, and then white captures these 3, and then black plays here. I can see. So count territory, 10, 20, 30, 35 points. 35 points for white. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50 points for black on the top left alone. So black is winning by a lot, and white resigns at this point. Makes a lot of sense. Black also has territory on the lower right, so yeah, what a great victory here. So let's unwind that a little bit. What was black doing? So remember we felt this was a little weird, this was a little weird, this was normal, and then another move here. Now black plays here. So this is what the strategy means. So you see that there's a ko in the corner. This is a ko. White does not see the ko in the corner. We play here, white plays here, you Atari, white captures. White does not see the ko in the corner. So as black, you wait until you're ready. You play like these slow strengthening moves. White is like, why did my opponent slow himself down all of a sudden? Does he think he's winning by that much? Whatever, and then all of a sudden you strike here, and then your opponent's like, oh, that's why he played so slow, and now it's too late. Great, yeah, because this we didn't catch this. If we played here, white plays here, we play this, white can still Atari, white can still play this. It seemed like white had 3 eyes, 2.5 eyes. But once black played here, if white doesn't Atari, white has to play this, and then black hanes, and this is just dead. Crazy application. So black secretly got ready to do this one thing, and then white did not see this, and he should be very proud of himself. I would be like, I would be very proud of myself. It's like, look, my opponent had no idea what was going on. Yeah. Okay. So so black, because of the ko, got ahead a lot, and then because white had another group that is severely under attack, that led to too many ko threats, and at the end black just took an easy, like probably a small ko threat, and won very, very easily, effortlessly. Great. So if you guys are looking for a good strategy, this is definitely a very good one. Again, not biased for using this for good or for evil, but nice, very nice. Okay, we're on to the next. The next one is called 围魏救赵, or attack the Wei, and then attack Wei, and then defend Zhao in the process effortlessly. The game, is it here? Let me see. Yes, is this a game? Oh no, that's not the game. Let me pull the game up. Here. Great. Here's a game. Look, Dai Junfu, he plays a 3-dan pro from Japan. Very interesting. This game looks like it's from a while ago because of the older joseki here. This was very common in the 2000s. Even this move, very common. Okay, so this one is called you attack the opponent's group in order to protect your own group. 围魏救赵. Okay, so clearly now black is under attack after invading, but white is also attack over here and potentially on the upper side, so very chaotic. Okay. Connect, is that Sente? That's Sente. So now black has this group. It's a lot stronger now than before. So okay, black protects here, makes sense. Okay, a very active move. Okay, so now the only problem left for black is this large group in the middle. We don't have any eyes here because that would hurt the this group, and we can't hurt this group. It's weak enough as it is. We have maybe one eye here. We have one eye here, but we need to save, protect this other group, this group now. So connect and Hane and Atari. And now white is very white attacks the left hand side. This is very, very strong. If you respond, suppose white does something like this. Maybe white does this. Maybe you don't have two eyes, and then even if you do have two eyes, you're gonna have to make a lot of bad exchanges on the outside, and then you live, and then white plays here. We are still in a lot of danger, and if anything, worst comes to worst, white can easily invade on the bottom, and the game goes on. So right now, when white, my interpretation of the strategy is when white played here, black is gonna start to attack white on the top, maybe something like this. First make this strong, something here, white probably will be able to live, but black would take care of that, and then that would open black up to do whatever he wants here, and then it'll be relatively easy to take care of everything once you make yourself strong enough on the in the center. Okay, so that's what black does, and he prevents white from living, which is great. White plays here, black plays here. This could have been a cut, but he didn't think it was necessary. We can always cut later. And white played here. Interesting. This would take away the two eyes, and white is not able to totally live here, and then this is complicated. Yeah, maybe something like this, and this way it's good for white. White will live. Maybe black cannot capture white, but he did strengthen the middle ahead of time, and he also gave himself a lot of sentes, like this move is sente. Maybe an Atari is sente. So he gave himself all these sente resources, and now he can safely protect his group on the left-hand side, which is Zhao in this case. When white attacks, he connects very strong, and this connect again. So white is attacking the black group, but black, rather than deal with the problem directly, he first attacks the white group, forces white to make all these moves to protect his big group in order to get some sentes, and then he takes care of his groups here. So right now, white gives up on the attack. If white wants to continue attacking, this is going to happen. White has to take away this eye, and then this is sente, this is sente, and then these cuts are very, very strong. Not to mention that black might play this Atari and then connect. If it's a liberty race, black is gonna win. So that's what white was. That's why white could not do this, and now white cuts here to save his big group, and black plays this Atari. This captures the 3 stones. So huge successes from black, and this also makes the white outside group weak enough so that black is alive. So this whole thing is about like putting enough pressure on your opponent so that you don't have to defend your weak group. We love it. Perfect strategy. Again, this strategy, you can tell how you can use this for good much more. You know, you're like coming to the aid of a very weak, being bullied group, and then you're like, nah, that's a bully. We're gonna fight the bully for you. So we start attacking the big strong bully, and then yeah. So this could be spun to more good, and the game ends here because when white wants to capture the black group, white has to play these. That would allow black to, well, the easiest black can do is connect, and this is gonna be a white can make an eye here, but that is the only eye that white can make, and this will be a seki. If white is lucky, this will be a seki, and white could make an eye here, but for all the same reasons, you know, this is not going to be white is not going to be able to capture black, and because of this, and also of course black will cut here and just play the squeezing, and even if white is able to do this, right, okay, even if white can make himself alive in seki, this right hand side is dead, this bottom side is dead, and there's too much territory for black. It's just way too much. Okay, so white resigned makes sense, and black, through counter-attacking the opponent, instead of defending, he accomplished much more than he could ever dream of with just defense. This is why you should not defend your weak groups, but look for counterattacks and look for the defender's advantage when you're under attack. You can definitely use the opponent's attack to your advantage, because he can't let you live and he can't let you exchange, is the defender's advantage. All right, number three on the strategies list is murder with a borrowed knife, 借刀杀人. And for this game, he picked a game where it's Dai Junfu playing white versus Thomas Debar from France. So it's France versus France in this in the murder with a borrowed knife. Interesting. Thomas Debar played in the European Championships this year at 2024 European Go Congress, and he finished second. He made it all the way to the finals. So congratulations, and super strong. Incidentally, the PandaNet Country League for Europe placed them by boards, by ratings. So Thomas Debar was on board 4. So now maybe he's going to be on a higher board now after this finish, clearly gaining a lot of rating as well as All right, so again, this opening looks like it's from a while ago, many years ago. Nothing bad, classic games. And the thing here is, the strategy here is murder with a borrowed knife. We'll see how the Frenchmen do tricks. Really hard to put a positive spin on this strategy here. With that name. All right, so Thomas Debar, seems black should be relatively happy getting the Atari and this peep. A very nice two-spacer, very efficient. White should be taking care of the white group in the middle. So, and then white plays here. White is playing very, very fast. Black is more solid, and black has a lot of territory as well. So probably a good opening from black so far, but let's go see how they apply the strategy. Borrow the knife. I see. Okay, I see what's gonna happen. I see what's gonna happen, guys. Because black invades here. White is relatively weak all over the board. So the next invasion point here is very, very big. The next move here is big, and the next move invading is also very big. Invading because of the N4 stone, if you guys are looking for something to punish your opponent with, this move, because of the N4 stone being here already, this move is very strong because you can now have a very nice knight's move net against the white group. White, basically, as long as you force white to make the second line exchange and allow black to go into the corner like this, this will be good for black, good for the defensive side, the non-invader. If you can't make this sente, then it's okay for both sides or good for the attacker. So for white here, you guys will want to be a lot more careful playing in this position. Of course, normally black will extend and white will jump. In this case, white will knight's move or the large knight's move, and you can destroy all the territory, and that would be very good for white. So this stuff and the invasion on the left hand side is very, very big. So look for white to try to attack black, and then try to make the left hand side while attacking black. And then probably black is gonna be able to turn the momentum of white's attack, because if you want to attack black, you're gonna have to do some kind of a separation over here, maybe a cut like this, maybe something like this. And then black is actually gonna go ahead and counterattack against the right hand side white group. That's my bet for, and then so that's how black is gonna use white's attacking momentum against him, or borrowing the knife from your opponent to capture your opponent. Wow, that's, yeah, because Go is a two-person game. How can you borrow a knife and the only person you can murder is your opponent, and the only person you can borrow a knight from is also your opponent? So wow, so applying this to Go is really sinister, huh? Really hard to put a good versus evil, the good side spin to this one. You're gonna borrow your opponent's knife and kill your opponent with it. Yes, I'm sipping tea from the tea from the U.S. Go Congress. All the professionals got bags of tea. And the teacup I won from the Brilliant Moves contest from the Nihon Kiin from Japan, with the 10 Commandments of Go inscribed in Chinese or in Japanese, which is Chinese. So I can read it. Very interesting. All right, so we have our script for our game. Let's see if it unfolded. Okay, so white comes to attack black, and clearly white has to cut black from the top in order to attack black. So the first part, Act 1, is complete. Here black plays here. Very nice, very active. I have to say I really like, This game was probably from years ago, but if Thomas de Beer played this move years ago, then very nice, very nice. A lot of us would turn, push, make another push, play this, and then jump. A lot of us would choose this. Some of us who are a little bit more stronger or who has more ambitions would play something like push here, and then invade, counterattack. That's more ambitious. But why don't you do it right away, right? Why don't you counterattack right away? And this is totally the central theme of our Defender's Advantage lecture at the Go Congresses. You have to counterattack before you are totally strong. Because right now there's no way white is going to play this way and allow you to capture the middle stone because you're still weak. He can't allow this to happen. And if he does allow this, it's good for you because you've strengthened a weak group. Whereas after you're already strong, this is already too late because your opponent is just gonna play this and no big deal. No big deal. So, okay. So right now, Dai is gonna split and attack black. So this is very reasonable. Jump, okay. This is a very good example of a leaning attack, trying to get more exchanges here. Yeah, why not? Why not double Hane? Yes, why not? Yes, yes, I'm gonna be pushed all the way through, but why not? Because after we connect, we have now completed this round against black, so you can get away with a lot more when your opponent has some weaknesses. And so black plays ball and then takes care of the weaker side of the two. White plays here, black plays here. We have a very good, in Go you can get very strong by calculating lots of variations, or you can get a degree in literature and storytelling. We definitely are able to do a lot of storytelling, and the second act, which is first white had to cut black from the top, is now into the second act where white now has to cut black from the top and accept that white is going to be cut off as well. And yeah. And this is going to be Sente. White is going to have to connect here later. And then something like this is gonna happen, and then just you watch, guys. White is actually gonna be captured at the end of this. Just you guys watch something like this. Yes, black Ataris. Oh wow! This is spot on. White plays here, okay. The only thing black needs to worry about from the cuts is that black has some cuts himself. So he plays here. This is great, and because white spent so much momentum on cutting black and cutting black from his top hand side, this took away a lot of time, a lot of moves that he could have made in his own defense. Like for example, white jumps here now. Imagine if white protects, imagine if these two exchanges were not made, and now black comes here and plays this move, hold on. And now black comes and plays this move. Now white has no problem, and just gives white, gives up this one stone, no problem. But that's why you have to counterattack before you're totally ready and make your opponent commit. So now white plays here. So now if white goes back to defend, this surround is very, very again, it's a very strong counterattack. Of course, there are more ways to do this. Of course, you can play here. We can play, lots of stuff. But that's probably why white played this move, trying to get more Sentes. So this move is trying to protect the cutting points. And wow. Yeah. So black is just getting himself strong enough in order to cut white, and this is already like he already used white's attacking momentum against white. Yeah, nice. Atari, yes, the roll white up into a ball, and now the middle should be strong enough, and black comes back to cut here. Wow, wow! If Toma was able to do Thomas American pronunciation, if Toma if Thomas was able to do this many years ago, it's imagine how much stronger he would be when you give him the AI and he's able to study the AI. This is yeah, it's superb. Very very ambitious play. Very very fast. Very very. There's a lot of strive in his play. There's a famous professional on Fox. His online handle is called Strive. I'm pretty sure this is what he means. You have to strive for victory in order to achieve victory. And so now White, can White survive? White does survive there, but White loses the other chunk, the 5 stones in the middle. So use the White's momentum, which actually is very, momentum or knife. White was attacking black super strongly, right? Used it against White by counter attacking and then capturing some of White. And he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. He doesn't play Atari this move, one more sente and then jump, surround the territory. He doesn't do that. He doesn't stop. He keeps striving. That's exactly what you have to do. And great, it's paying off. By the way, this is also exactly what you have to do. To win against very strong players, you have to strive for a lot. This is why we said there's a very common idea that when you're winning, you should play normals, you should play defensive, you should play conservative. When you're winning, many game reviews go the same direction. They say, well, you're winning by so much, just chill, man. Most of the reviews are by Asian professionals, so they don't say chill, bro, but they say something like it. You know what I mean? You're winning by so much. And the reason why the teachers often say this is most teachers want you to play well. Very few teachers want you to play to win only, right? Because teachers, they want you to play well, and it's perfectly normal. So if you want to win, you definitely want to keep fighting and keep the same word, striving for victory. You want to keep up the strive. And so right now, Toma Debar is a 6-dan. Now he's a 7-dan, but many years ago, probably a 6-dan. Dai Junfu, probably one of the strongest players in Europe. If you want to beat, people who are very, very strong, you have to, one, you have to take risks. You have to play very, very actively and everything. But 2, when you get that lead that you want, you have to still play with the same amount of intensity and ambition that you had in order to get that lead. So you can't stop because your opponent's so strong. If you slow down, he's just gonna catch up in 2-3 moves, no problem. And then you're the one, you would be yes, and then you would be reviewing, and your teacher would say, "Yeah, you played so well, man. Good job. Next time, you're gonna win. Next time you're gonna win. You played so well." But if you want to review and say, I made some mistakes. I made a mistake here and there. I almost lost. That would be not as good of a review because you won, but not as good a review, but you would have won. So, and this is exactly Yeah. So in the game, black ends up surrounding the bottom in Sente, fixes the top. Of course, he could have done this as well. I'm sure this move is Sente, although white was probably playing here. Um, yeah, this move could have at least been Sente, but yeah. Now he plays these. He played. He got it in Sente. So when white Ataris, it's no problem. Give up the one stone. I'm sure. You know, Playing more here would be a little better, but you know, no worries, no worries at all. Um, yeah, this ends up being the same. And wow, look at this defense. Okay, after a while, at this point, the game ends at this point. Who is winning? 10, 20, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65. 65 for white, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 50, 55, 60. 60 for black, 70, 80, 85, 90. So 65 to like 90. So black is winning by 20 to 25 points on the board. So tremendously good job, and he won the game because the attack came and he used the opponent's attacking momentum, the dagger, against the opponent. He borrowed his opponent's knife and then he killed his opponent's 5 stones with it. This was great. I Maybe black could have played a little more active later on, but he already won by 20 points. So before he was ahead by 20, I couldn't see any bad moves by black this game. Or yeah, so very good, very good stuff. Yeah. Borrow your opponent's momentum and use it against him. All right, man. These games are quite nice, quite nice. The next one is probably a bit more boring. This one is let the enemy make the best move, or let the enemy come to you with the fighting. So don't expect much aggression in this game. This is from two Japanese 6P and 6P. Oh, Honimbo. This is from a Honimbo. Honimbo is one of the largest Go tournaments in Japan. This was probably, it probably still runs. May still have the highest prize money. But clearly, you see, this is from a very old Go style, 4-3-4s, and lots of approaches, and this kind of traditional opening. But you see a lot of similarities to today now. This move, very similar. This move. Okay, so okay. Normal move. So the older Japanese Go style is characterized by lots of these two-space extensions, jumps, and very calm, like very civil games. Not a lot of aggressive fighting. Okay, so here we see a lot here. Watch for one side to get more thickness than the other side. That's a very solid move. Okay, so what I see is black having more thickness or stronger stones than white. All right, here white comes in for the first strike against black. This is taking away the eye space. However, it is not Sente for the cut because black can capture at e12. So now black plays this move, and here is where the very solid connection earlier is helping a little. Whatever white does over here is not Sente. Okay, black jumps. This is very normal. So here, this is a very offensive move, and this kind of a move is very much in the textbooks. You press one side, and then you are attacking, some other side. Nowadays, I prefer a different type. I prefer to start complications on one side if there's a third side that's under attack. This way you can cash in your attack much, much more easily. Okay, so white played many moves like this. I don't know why black connects. This is for making ice space. Now white comes here, black plays here. Okay, I see how it is now. So black is making himself very, very solid and then waiting for white to come and attack black. However, when white comes to attack black, for example, with this turn, now when black plays here, because black had a very solid position, white is now forced to make this kind of a defensive move. So he's making good use of his thickness in this regard, and he's using the thickness in the middle game now to take a lot of territory. This is very big. Wow, this variation, this is very AI-esque nowadays, but good to know that beforehand people saw this as well. Okay, white plays here, black plays this one. Okay. Yes, don't see a lot of aggression in this game. Okay. Okay, this wow. Okay. Black's middle is relatively strong now, and he gives up. He gives up this ko. That is very, very that is very generous of black. I'm sure many people nowadays would connect. Okay. He just connects. He doesn't Atari or anything. Wow, he just allows white. Wow. This is quite something. You know, black has a very good, nice temper, right? Or no temper at all. He just connects everything. It's like he's being bullied left and right. Oh my god. Oh my god, he just captures one stone. How could you do this? How could you do this? But remember what black did before. Black used strong positions, and he played many territory moves in the middle of the game, and so he still has the territory lead at this point, probably. So now when white played here, he was not in any hurry to play. He just played these moves, normal endgame moves, and now white finds himself forced to play a defensive move here. Interesting. This move is because black is so thick all over. This is gonna happen, and then this would be the corner basically captured. Otherwise, you're gonna have to extend back, and this would be black pushing through all of the white position. So here is where black's thickness is paying off in the late game. It's thick everywhere, so now white is now having to play this gote defensive move. Interesting. Yes, and you see how white is really trying to make something happen. Like if white just responds, this stone is gonna be cut off, and then this whole middle is gonna be black's. Somehow, white has fallen so far behind that even after getting this double panuki and this right-hand side corner, while black just got like heavily repeated, moves in the middle, white is still losing 10, 20, 30, 40 points, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45 points for black, 40 points for white. So anything that black can make in the middle is going to be whatever black wins by, and it's going to be a lot. So yeah, and so is this, having thickness is very, very helpful. It makes your opponent desperate. So it also makes yourself safe. And then at the end of the near the later part of the game, you just have so much of these resources. Like for example here, because black had so much thickness, this wedge works, and now white is dead here, and so it's game over. Um, wow, yeah, yeah. This game was black allowing white to bring the fight to him, and then now this is already very good for black, so he gives up on the ko, and he gives up on more severe punishment on the inside. He just captures Zaya like this. This hurts my eyes. This hurts my eyes. But still, it was brutally effective. And then this peep, and all of a sudden, white is like, I have to get into the middle, and now white loses. Okay, this is about having stronger positions and then being more patient in the game. But remember, this requires very good positional judgment. This is not what we preach. We want you to be fast and efficient, right? This is about if you're fast and efficient enough, you can make a lot of thickness, and thickness is also a very good currency to have in the game. So this is just saying you can be fast, and instead of making territory, you can also make thickness, and that's totally fine. And we do agree with that. So maybe right here it's white needed to play moves like this one to protect the middle, but think about what happens after white plays moves like this in the middle. White makes no points. White plays another move in the middle. It also makes no points. All this time, black is now able to, make a lot of these endgame moves. And back then, the komi was a lot lower than now. So maybe 3 points komi, 5 points komi, 2 points komi, and it's just very easy for black to win. Okay, great. We come to the fifths. That was a bit of a sleeper, but the next one is not going to be. This one is called Loot a Burning House. Again, another one that's very hard, very hard to spin in a good light. How do you put loot a burning house and use it for good? How do you use this strategy for good? All right, Zhang Yanqi. This guy, I have seen this guy play some game in Europe when the EG European broadcast thing does their broadcast. I've seen this person's name before. He plays Dai Junfu. Wow, this is a very traditional old opening, but this is very new and very active. Very active invasion. This is very good. You can see here it's every stone is separated from the other. Chaos is good. And here white commits to this. This must be very early. I can't see any coast threats for white. Yeah, clearly. Yeah. And black ignores. Okay. And white jumps. Okay, here white blinks. Maybe white wants to, just capture that, and then just allow this to. Yeah, it's not easy. Maybe play here. This is an exchange, and maybe that's okay. But here, when white defends, it's gonna be black with the initiative now, and I can see the burning house now. So after black got this left-hand side position, black has overwhelming strengths over here on the left and the lower side. And now black is gonna probably play on the top and make the corner alive. After that, white is gonna have a very hard time coming up with a lot of territory. So imagine this. Okay, this is all normal. Okay, yeah, so this happened. Watch this position now. White has this bit on the top, which is basically cancelled out by the two black positions here. And then you look at the board. Is white gonna win fights here? No, black is a bit stronger than white. Is white gonna do well in the corner? No, black is stronger than white in the corner, 3-on-1. And then over here on the left hand side, this white group is very weak, so doesn't have two eyes. And can this white group threaten anything? Not the top black group, and not the bottom black group, because the bottom group is near the corner. And so also over here, down here, this is black's area as well. So you're just gonna see black's influence or territory just keep increasing, while you are not gonna see the same for white. Okay, so far so good. Yeah. So white has a burning house on the left hand side with a very weak group, but instead of attacking this group directly, black is looking for profit on the upper side. So when your house is burning, you don't care about like someone taking your stove or something, cups or something like that, or trophy, So that's why white is not gonna fight very hard on the top hand side. Okay. Ooh, this is a ladder breaker. White captures and black plays here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah, the same thing. So black has the strength advantage with stones, so all the fighting is gonna favor black. Okay, here, for sure, white needs to come up with a way to sacrifice the 4 stones on the left rather than do the game. In the game, I'm sure black should have captured as well. Just allows this group to run out next to the thicknesses. So black connects, white plays here, black plays this. So I am sure that extending and saving these 4 is better, and having this position is better than what white had in the game. In the game, because the top and bottom is fully alive, all the value for the white group is now entirely in the territory. It's like 15 points or so. And here again, black is looting a burning house. The clear weakness is over here. The white group is very, very weak. It's surrounded by very strong black positions. So 1 move, 2 moves, and it's totally dead. So here when black plays these attachment moves, white, oh boy, white plays here. White should connect and protect the weaknesses, but because there are so many fires everywhere, that's not good. That's not good for white. So in the game, white played here, and black is now able to play this move and extend. This is okay. White is unable to cut black, and now yeah, you see what black is doing. When there's a clear weakness, he's starting fights on the other side of the board, and he's winning those fights because white is really preoccupied with like, I have to make sure that I fight well here and also take care of my far side game. So yeah, good job by black. Unfortunate for white. And here we see this is a very common life and death Tetsuji. I am sure Dai will not mess this one up. This is white ahead by 1 liberty, but you don't have to do this. You can peep, and then when white connects, you can go from the outside. when white pushes, you can Atari and then Atari and then Atari. That clamps down on the liberties. This move is the only move that works, and if you pull it off in the game, it'll be quite nice, and you'll be like, everyone look at me, I pulled off this. Quite good. So this was pulled off, and white's last thing is to capture the middle black group. Well, let's just see what happened. Okay, black played here, and the game ends. So white can Atari and then play these moves, and this way black remains in one eye, but you know, this Atari and this eye is unstoppable, so white resigned at this point. The right hand side fell apart, everything. So loot a burning house, remember, start a secondary fight when the opponent has a very clear weakness. If he fully commits to winning the secondary fight, you always have the option of, you know, sacrificing and turning that around and capturing that original weakness. And so I'm sure this was on white's mind the entire game, and he lost much more than in the other fights than the original fight. So again, hard to spin this in a positive light, but you guys understand the idea. You want to strive for a lot. You don't want to play too simply. All right, the last one, 6. The last strategy for winning is feint to the east and attack to the west. A Lee Sedol game. Interesting. Again, this is an older one because of the older Joseki. All good. Oh crap. Now, guys, I don't study games, professional games, all that much, but even I recognize this game now. So maybe I do. I recognize this game now. Yes, the famous failed ladder game. I don't know if it's a double ladder. The famous failed ladder game. Yeah, this Joseki, and then this Joseki ends here, and then black plays this move. This is ladder breaking. So white will fix the ladder. Black plays this. And okay. Sometimes white plays another move like this, and then tenrukis. So in this game, white did not follow that, so black captures. Next move, I don't really see this being that strong, but after this, white has to play here, and black can Atari 2 Ataris. So it could be very worthwhile to do. So that's why white jumped. Okay, makes sense. This is a Joseki. Okay, black plays this, white plays here. So far so normal. And here, so this is about fighting, starting on the left-hand side, and then it escalates to the right-hand side. This is about having a very good full board vision, this whole thing. So I'm sure it started with this move. Probably white will connect, and then black will hane, and then play on the outside. Getting this exchange is, you can't get the exchange anymore after white gets strong. So white fights back and plays here. Push and cut. Okay, that's very reasonable. And then the move is there's an Atari, and then the double hane, and then this Atari will capture 2 stones. So of course you don't Atari that, you leave it. So this is the weakness for white. That's why white plays this connect right now. I think I'm right. I think this is the shape. This is one of the most creative sequences ever. Look at this. So white counters, right? And the strongest way to counterattack is to play here. So you push and cut, and then you hane. Yeah, all forced. Yeah, maybe white can connect now, but that would be the whole point of playing d15 was to play strong, right? And now you connect. That's not strong. That's like, the turtle going back into its shell. So white has to play. So for white to remain upright, white has to play this. But right now he still has to play this one. And here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Ah, yeah. Right. Because if you play this now, white does here, and then you Atari, white plays the Atari, and then so what? And then white gains a lot, you gain a little too. So you have to make this heavy first as black, and then you play this so that this ladder works, trust me. Does it work? I think it works if you do this, and then yeah, and then this works. Okay. Uh, Wait, what? Oh, I think. All right. Let's see how to make this ladder work. I see. So this is a ladder that works. Okay, so now the ladder works. But we definitely needed to make white have 4 stones like this. Clearly, this is much better for black now than before, which is good. So okay, so white does respond. And trust me, anything else is gonna be white. Also ladder broken, so no problem. So white answers, black plays this. So this ladder does not work. But because this is so big, 5 stones plus black saves 8 stones plus black captures 8 stones plus black captures another 8 stones. So 8, 8, 8, 5. 8, 8, 8, 5. That's 29 stones plus a lot of territory. That makes up for this huge running out of the ladder and all the double Ataris that come with it. Hopefully. Crazy game. Okay. Again, remember to strive when you're ahead. Don't just accept this. Don't just accept this. Don't accept this half and half shenanigans, right? Don't accept that. Strive and if you're winning by 10, win by 20. If you're winning by 20 and just surrounding is winning by 10, do the stuff that's winning by 20, right? Yeah, very nice. So in this position, black is now gonna try to make the middle alive. This seems very close, right? So yeah, this seems very close, but this is good. This is what you do want to do. It's very close. Do what worked, do what worked to get you that lead. Don't play defensively and just hope to protect your lead. And so up to this point, the inside is going to be at least a seki for black, because if white wants to capture black, white has to play this one and then this one. And if white plays these and then yeah, there's just no way white can fill in all the mutual liberties. So black totally lived. Suffice it to say, so in my PandaNet City League finals game, my opponent played very, very well, got himself 20 points of lead. He was at his biggest lead ever in the game, like 28 points or so. It was at that moment, in a very similar position as Black here. He played a move like this, like this, and then he like allowed the inside to die, and then he just played on the outside. Just picked that one. He was still ahead by like 10 points after that whole sequence. But he ended up losing the game. So here, faced with the same situation, the Lee Sedol does not play the softer move. He plays a full all-out move, and that's what I also highly recommend you all to do. Do not ever defend your lead. You want to play more ambitiously, and you want to play more ambitiously. So after this, Black totally lives and destroys all of the white territory on the bottom. Okay, this is a Ko. Okay, because it's a Seki, Black now actually has a lot of Ko threats. Crazy. Yeah, White is losing, so White goes in for these for this. Okay. Yeah, keep engaging with the opponent. It's so easy to take the easy way out, like surround this, right? Surround the whole right hand side. I'm sure Black is winning like this. Make this alive. I'm sure Black is winning like that too. Protect some of the middle. I'm sure these are all good, but no, Black chooses the strongest moves. And now he surrounds the right hand side in the biggest way possible. And I'm sure he's winning this game by a lot. So the takeaway from Lee Sedol is, if you can win by 30 points, don't win by 10 points. Yeah. If you don't think you're gonna die, go ahead and live. Go ahead and live. Don't give your, yeah. Because and the yeah, you always want to be striving for more, because remember what you're always trying to do as a Go player. If you are in the dance, you want to improve by 2 stones. You want to improve from your current level, and the way to improve from your current level is, if you can keep beating yourself by 20 points, then you have improved 2 stones, because that's how much 2 stones is worth, right? 2 stones is 20. How many points is 2 stones? It's it's like 15 points per move, so 2 stones is like 30 points. So if you win by 20 points, you would have, you've improved a lot. And so that's what you want to do every game. You don't want to win, comparing to yourself or someone at your same level, you don't want to win the game by 5 points. You don't want to win by an average of 2 points. You want to win by an average of 20 points, because that's the only way, that's the only indicator for you, for your skill level to rise. You have to win by a very, very significant amount. Don't worry, you're like, Michael, I keep winning, and my opponent, I just want to take a safe win. Don't worry, because you won't, like, Michael, all my games are gonna be 20 points from now on. Don't worry about that, because your opponent will take care of that part for you. If your opponent is at all very, very good or similar to your level, you're not gonna be able to achieve the 20 points of victory every time, right? So instead, you don't worry about that. You just worry about you trying to win by 20 points plus. Because and we saw one game today. Remember Thomas Debar? He was clearly, many years ago, Thomas DeBar was clearly a weaker player than Dai Junfu. So in order to beat someone very strong and improve yourself to that level, you're gonna have to play a game like he did. Remember, like how he played the game. His game was very active. He did a lot of very ambitious moves, and remember he used the momentum of the opponent's attack against him. And he at the end he did win by like 20 points, something like 20 points against Dai Junfu, the highest rated, one of the highest rated European players. So yeah, so if you guys want to improve significantly in Go, don't like defend a 10-point lead, 15-point lead, 20-point lead. Open that lead up to 20 points, open that lead up to 30 points, so that your opponent has absolutely no chance of catching back up to you. Because if you give your opponent, your strong opponents, any breezers, they will come back, and they will be very creative in their methods at coming back. So your goal, for the opponents that all of you think of the opponent you really want to beat, that opponent is not going to go down very easily. So if you allow that opponent to breathe or have a respite, in other words, play slow and start defending and chilling in the middle game, that opponent is going to come back, and then when you showed him mercy, he is not going to show you any mercy. So absolutely do it. And a great example, Thomas DeVar, he, by finishing second, making it all the way to the grand finals of the European Championships, he clearly has already succeeded in elevating his game up to the top of the European scene. So it's a very great success story, and from the one game that we saw of his many years ago, he clearly already had that ambitiousness in his gameplay that we have, so that we love. So very good. Check out this book. I only saw the SGFs. I didn't see any of his text. I'm also very cheap, so I didn't actually buy the book. So yeah, feel free to do it. I'm sure the text is gonna be great. The games that we saw today were very awesome. I can't wait to check out the other games later on. Remember, word of the day: Bildungsroman. And you can clearly see how some of these strategies did. My formative Go personality forming book is full of these kinds of things that really explains the way I am as a Go player, doesn't it? Doesn't it, guys? All right. Remember, hit a like, and if our YouTube videos get more traction, guys, subscribe. If our YouTube videos get more traction, maybe in the future our content will be us actually buying these books and then doing these reviews. And yeah, all right. Enjoy. See you guys next time on YouTube.